Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for viewing this. So welcome back. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please kindly subscribe. I have a project here that I'll be using to explain everything about not everything, but mostly the most important things about this Django template syntax. So, and you are probably need it if you actually want to keep going forward or some stuff like that in this syntax. There are three major things right in here. The first one is creating a block, and the second one is if statement, and the third one is for loop. So there are a lot of stuff here too, but the most important thing that just gets you started are those three stuffs. So if you know those three stuffs, you can actually get started here. So the first thing I would like to show you guys here is that if you are writing a Django project or flags or probably anything that need this ginger 2 type of HTML. So you can come to okay, sorry, I wanted to show you that this load static here depends on the type of the type of files or static you are using. So this static here, you can some uses static files, some uses load static, but I think static files is probably what is Django 2 point something, but I don't think is useful again, but I don't know how it works. But this one, I just know that this one works with your configurations here, because I'm configuring, I believe it's my configuration here, which is static, that makes it works here. That makes it works right here. So I load the static here, and then I'll start from this top right here. This load static only have to appear once. So it appears once and it can appear in any other HTML. Why? Because the idea of this template is that the system the idea of a class that we use in a class, which is do not repeat yourself. So this one now, we don't want to repeat ourselves in every HTML file we have. Sometimes in HTML file you might want to have something like a navbar that is the same thing with each HTML, with a specific or some HTML file, and then some styles that you actually need. They can't be writing a lot of styles again. So that's what brought us about this idea. So this idea is actually very useful, and then once you load the static, anywhere you load your static is known as the base HTML. You can name it any other things you want. The base HTML is like a major HTML file that other HTMLs I have here is going to depend on. So all the other HTML files right here is going to be depending on this base.html file. So I assume you know what view.py does and what uri.py does, and you don't have to know about signal yet, but you can actually read about the tutorial the in the Django's website. So we have the models here. You know what the models does, even though it's about database, and you can define database here. I have a form here. It's not necessarily have a form here, but I have a form here to make things more look simple. So for on my login page and my sign up page, anywhere I need forms, I pick it from here. So I have the app too. This app, it's just to register the app and stuff like that. And then I have this admin. You should know what the admin does. So this is the pie for the major projects. Why these ones are for the app? So I have two app here. And this one is not doing anything yet, but it's actually awesome. So I'm going to close everything, and then I'll start to explain some stuff here. So I'm looking for my base.html. So I have the base.html here. So I have the load. I've told you about loading the static, and then this the first thing you are going to be putting, probably if you have a blog that, if you have something you want to write, that you don't want, you want it to some specific HTML, you don't want all the HTML to have it. Now if I should put something here, if I should put something in the body without the HTML, without the HTML, without the blocks, oh sorry, without the block code, something like that. So this one that I wrote here now, or right here, or whatever, is going to be extended to all, every other HTML, that I loaded it with. So I'm going to show you how to load it in a second. So now we have the block here, this block title here now, and then we have the end block. Then another thing you need to know about this is that as I'm writing this block title here now, okay, this block title, what it does is that uh every title here, or every time I load this tag here, it's going to be loading this thing alongside with it, this title here. And then once I put it in any of those my files, or those my HTML file, automatically it's going to be writing the title up there. So there, and if I should put something here now, right here, and then I remove this one here, and then I paste it inside here, and then I remove this one too, I paste it inside there. Let me do that. I paste it inside there. So anything inside this block now, okay, I'm sorry, I should have told you that this is the syntax for block. So we have the block of the title, then you have the end block here. Then doesn't mean I can remove this one, it's still going to work. So you just have to, if you open a block, you have to end it with end block. And then you just take note of the percentage here, percentage here. If you open a block, you have to close it with a block, with end block. That's the rules. And then you can't have a block that has the same name, the same two names. You can't possible. It has to be you have to have another one with different name if you need another one. So that's how it works. So the idea is that you can actually put this thing inside anywhere, inside an HTML tag, inside the HTML, any stuff. So the what I just did here right here now is that if I should come here right here now, and then I extend the base HTML. So this is how to load the base HTML to any other HTML file you are using. So this is how to load it. So I'm extending it. It's like picking everything inside here now, and then I'm not transferring it to this place. So I've not transferred everything inside this base HTML now to here. So, and then since I transfer it now, and if I should not put anything right here, uh everything here is going to be writing inside this place. So that's it. So if I don't want a specific things to write, I want to change a specific things, that is maybe something is here, something is in this sign up, like the login forms now in this sign up here. So since the login form are in this sign up, I can't have a login form in my home page actually. So I have to come here, I have to come right here, and then override the block. So once I write the block here, I have to write something inside. If I don't write something inside, it will assume it's empty. That's the idea. So I have a block home right here. So this okay, sorry. So this title that I just did right there, what I wanted to show you was that if I should take this title out of here, if I should take it out, and then I bring it, okay, if I should take it out here, and then I bring it inside. Let me just change it back to where it is. So if I should put it like this, that means this title now, the only thing I just have to do now right here is that I have to override only this one. Once I name this block, once I name this block now, this head is available for me. Nope, this title, anywhere this block is and where its end is available for me. This title is available for me. The only thing I just have to come is to come to this title and write home right here. But if I should return it back, this one right here, I should put it back, and then I take this one now, I put it back. Where is it actually? Then if I should put this one back here, this one right here, if I should put everything back, then definitely this block title is available for me. Oh, sorry, I don't want to include the head. I just want something. Yes. So this one is already included for me now. And then what I have to do right here is that I will just have to come here and then override everything by still declaring another title here. And then I will put, so I can declare another title here. And then I hope you know what title does. If you don't know it, you can check my 30 minutes HTML course right there. I say something about that one. So we have the home. So right here we have the home. um we have the home title here. So anytime you load this HTML here, what you'll be having is the home title. So I'll quickly go to the second thing I said that is the most important thing, is an if statement. If you're having an if statement here, you can, if you have a conditions, like now I have a conditions. Let me just show you guys. I will run my server here. That's Python. I'll first check Python manage .py. I'll check if I have any error in my code so I can fix it. I don't have an error, so I will run the server. Server. So server is running here. Then I'll come to my projects directly. I'll come here. So this is the idea. The idea here is that if you have something like sign up, login, YouTube, all this stuff right here, if you have this type of stuff here, and you don't want the user to see these stuffs anymore once you log in, that's what brought us about the if statement right in this Jatu syntax right here. So the if statement here now is that, where is it? Sorry, I'm just going to look for it. uh, okay, I have it here. I have the if statement here. It's just like that if user dot is authenticated. This one is brought from the Django itself. So it's a request method. Once a request method is passed, automatically user is also passed with the request. So since this is a form, this works with a form actually. Maybe someone log into my website, the what you will see is different from what you will see when it logs out. So when it logs in, you'll be able to see DevNet YouTube channel and then login page where you can log in, and then a sign up where you can sign up if you haven't signed up. So and then after that one also we can have, maybe let me look. Then after that one we should have an else statement that if uh I'm just going to look for the okay, I also have go here to pay here. uh I have that. I'm looking for the else statement right here. I'm just going to search for it. Control F, else. So I have the else statement right here. Okay, I haven't put, there's nothing. The problem is that there's nothing right here. There's no navigation here if the user login. I haven't created that yet. So you can actually do something like copying this same code here and then just changing the variable, maybe to their dashboard here, to anything like them here. That's what it's all about. So if the user is authenticated, that means if user is logging and login with his password and stuff like that and his email and is correct, then automatically the user can come in here and do user can come in, can see different things from those people that have not logged in, that do not have accounts. So that's how the if statement is actually very, very good and awesome if you want to separate those people. Maybe in your website, some people pay some certain amount and some people do not pay some certain amount. You can use the if statement to separate them and then deal with them according as you like. So the third one I said I wanted to show up is the for loop that we can use here. And then I think I use this in this my form dot I use in home.html right here. Uh, okay, so the idea of this is that let me just show you my view here. I have a general l- I have something I call general. Where's my home? I have something I call general object.org. So everything inside this database will be gotten. I have something here called general. So all the YouTube link, all the description, text, log, or video, but log is excluded. So all these ones now can be gotten. I can now be referencing to them by using what? By using the for loop. This general now is available for everyone. So if A log into my website today and then he uploaded some of his YouTube and stuff and then some of his work or he write some articles about himself. So it will be made available for all the user. User can click on it and they can read it. But what if another person do do the same thing? So what will now happen? That's what brought us about first statement. So the first statement is used maybe when you want to display a lot of informations. So it will be displaying it accordingly and then you can just display it. You can display it inside a list here. Instead of paragraph, you can use list, you can use any other stuff to do it. And then another thing I want to show you guys is that another thing you should know that if you have two braces here right here, you should be having a variable inside. So it's a variable that you define somewhere that you use your that you define maybe in your view or your database or a variable that you want to pass. That's what when you used to use something like that. But this one anywhere you use this one like this, you are using it for an if statement or you are using it for a loop or you are using it for reverse URL. So the reverse URL idea is about something great and it's actually awesome. Now I'll just show you how to use the reverse URL. So in the reverse URL here, if you have to go to a page, probably maybe you have like two app. If you have to go to a page right here, I have the login, I have the create form, I have the base, I have the profile, I have HTML, I have the sign up. If I should just put any of this, okay, let me just something like this. Oh, I want to look for a link. I don't have a link here. I don't have a link here. Okay, I'm just going to create one. I'm just going to create one link. So I'll create a link and I'll call it href here, and then I will do something like this. Then I will do something like this. So this is actually very awesome. If I should just go to any of these ones like this, I can just say because they are in the same place, I can just say something like login.html. I can do something like this. It actually goes to this login.html if I click on it because they are on the same folder, on the same line. So and then another one I can use to go to this by the name. Like I said, I want to go to login. It automatically goes to login. That's good. But what in a situation that we have something like this in another folder? I have another HTML file in another folder. So that's what brought us about the URL reverse. So to get that, you just have use something like this. Or this one, this pk stands for primary object, and then it stands for primary key and object of primary key. That means the object you are trying to get from the database. You just put the object here. The object is something like maybe probably general or about or post. That's something about the object. So does not necessarily use that one unless you want to do something like a specific, if you want to view a specific post, that's when you that one is actually very useful for that. That will be for another tutorial. So this URL right here, what happened right here is that since I have the file here, and then the idea is that we have the URL.py right here. So we can have the login, the sign up, the logout, all these names. Is the idea is about these names. It only uses this name to go to any of its own choice. Probably if I want to go to, let me say, this sign up page from anywhere on my HTML file, I can go to this sign up page by using this reverse URL. So it does not target this one right here. The only thing it targets is this name. So that's why we give it a name if you want to go to anywhere. So if I give it a general list, it targets this general right here. So let me just show you how it works in a second. So if I want to go to login page right here, I'll just come to my browser, I will refresh, and then I will click on, where the hell is this guy? Okay, go here to pay. If I should click here, it will go to login page automatically. But what if I don't put this name correctly? I will have an error. If this name I put in any of this one does not match any of these, then you have an error. Does not match any of those names here, automatically you have an error right here. So let me show you some stuff, how it works. So let me reload it, and then I'll go back here, and then no, this thing is not, no, you shouldn't do something like this. It shouldn't be like this. You should have an error. Where is my, I should try and save all this stuff. Then I'll save this guy. I'll come here. I'll save this guy here. So I'll now reload this one here. I'll come here. So I'm having this error because I'm having this error because this guy is actually out of all the block actually. So it has to be inside a block before you can write anything inside the HTML. If I should write something outside the HTML, you'll find an error. So I'll put it here and I'll save it. Then I'll come to something here, and then I should have an error, no reverse match. That means there's no name that fits this one, or that same thing with this guy. That's what it's trying to say. So if I should put it back right here, something that fits it, I can just say, and I'll come right here and do something like this. So it works back, and then this will take us to login page. So thank you for viewing. Thank you for viewing. Thank you very much. Please, you can kindly subscribe. It will be much appreciated. Thank you.